So I didn't make a video for this channel last week because I was too busy revising for a music exam, and as we know, music is kind of my thing, and this week is show-off week. But as Carla already did music yesterday, that's not what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be based around music, and I'm going to be talking more about what's going on over here. What I have here is a tape deck with a recorder and one that plays. I have an amplifier, I have a CD player and a radio deck. I also have this turntable and two Sanyo speakers. I really enjoy buying and listening to vinyl record. I like the crackle they make, I like the size and the feel. It just makes it feel more like it's worth the purchase. A problem that I don't like about CDs is this is really nice album art. And I really like this sort of stuff. They have such good ideas. But what I love most about vinyl record is this. Just look at the album art. It's big, you can see it, it feels like you've bought a piece of visual art as well as audio art. So today I'm going to be showing you some of my favourite album arts I've got of the vinyl records that I have. This is going to be the first one I show you. It's from the Arctic Monkeys' favourite Worst Nightmare, and it's just basically it's a building with little graphics inside the windows, and I think it's really nice. And the inside, it shows you sort of inside the building, which is also pretty cool. I don't know if you can actually see this on the camera. I hope you can, because otherwise this video would be kind of pointless. And the idea of the album and the idea of the art on the cover is taken from an extract that I will read to you that's on this big piece of paper here. It's an excerpt from Jack Pantomime, an autobiography. Now, I have no idea who Jack Pantomime is. I think he might be another musician, but I've even looked him up on Google and nothing comes up for him. And it was far from the morning after. I was frequently feeling like I was in a film. That's when I was most relaxed. I'd become comfortable fidgeting inside characters and roles. The fear lay in the prospect that the unrest would cease. It was only shortly after this that the name change came and I started with the face paint. I bullied the others into it, really. Matt was the hardest to convince, I remember, but we all became dependent on it eventually. I'd been in that house too long. We all had. What started off as something pretty to look at had become an obsession. It never occurred to us that too much time spent in a circus might lead to normality stealing its place in our perception. Burglars and clowns led by. So anyway, here's the next one I like. It was a picture actually taken on this beach, and it was from Pink Floyd Momentary Lapse of Reason, released in the 1980s after Roger Waters had left Pink Floyd. And Roger Waters is where that poster's from. I went to see him live in the O2 Arena. Yeah, the O2 Arena. And he played the whole album, The Wall, which I don't own this album, but my dad does, which also has some really good album art. This is probably Pink Floyd's second biggest album after Dark Side of the Moon. And this was actually made into a movie in the 70s or the 80s. Bob Geldof played the lead role in it as Pink, and it was a really good film, really good music, and really good art. And some of the film's animated and uses some of the characters that are in this vinyl case. Pink Floyd Final Cut, another Pink Floyd album obviously. It's got a poppy up here, and it's all about like the Second World War. I think it's another one released in the 80s, and I think some of this has some pretty cool album art. I think this is probably one of my favourite ones. It's so minimalist, and I really like sort of minimalism type things. Whatever you think of it, it's nice, I like it. Another one is from The Who. This is a picture of a mod on a typical mod scooter with a Parker jacket with The Who written on the side. This album's called Quadrophenia from The Who. Quadrophenia is the idea of having like schizophrenia but 4 times over. So having 4 personalities, and each person in the band had their own personality. This is another one that got made into a film, and it was filmed quite a lot in Brighton, some of it in London, and it was really good. I liked that too. Jimmy is the main character, and basically just go buy it and watch it. It's got great music, great story, just a brilliant thing. I actually have a fishtail Parker, and this is what one of those look like. This is from the 1965, I think. There's the other one, which is the 1951 version, which is a lot slimmer because it was like during the Cold War when they didn't really need it. This was during, I think, Vietnam War. So people just went and bought these because at the time they were cheap. Right now these cost about £100. I think I bought this quite cheap for the time. I think it's like £70 I bought this. And my last one is the Beatles, the song track from The Yellow Submarine. Obviously the songs were released on albums before the film itself, but this was the songs from the actual film, and the art in this will kill your head. Oh, it's the best. Well, Alicia or Elijah or... yeah, I'm not going to ever get that cake, so I hope you get better with whatever happened to you and stuff. Okay, bye.